Everything Will Be Fine, a Miraculous Ladybug fanfiction written and narrated by Eleanor Rose. Artwork provided by Joe Bugs from Tumblr.com. You can find a link to their social media in the description box below. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and check out other videos on this channel for more fanfiction. If you find the narration speed to be too fast or too slow, you can adjust it by clicking on the settings icon on the video. Here, hold my hand. Marinette looked up at her boyfriend dressed in leather and accepted his hand. Sorry, she said, her voice still shaking. Can you tell me about it? Cat asked, squeezing her hand as their fingers laced. He sat down beside her on the chase, an unexpected but welcome guest in her bedroom. Could she tell him? Yes. Technically, Marinette could tell Cat what was going on. She wanted to, even, but she wasn't going to say a word. It was nice to have a partner, but the secret that she's Ladybug had to be just that, even to the boy she kissed. I'm a bit overwhelmed with work. A look of mild irritation crossed his face. Lila? Kind of. I don't know how she hasn't been fired yet. She's a good worker when she actually shows up, Marinette sighed. But yes, it's a miracle she has the job. It's a miracle she got the job, he added, teeth gritted together. Marinette smiled at his tone, happy to know he'd get defensive for her. She's not qualified in the slightest, and it's up to you to do your job and hers. It's fine, really. If she wasn't Ladybug, it would be a breeze. It wasn't a hard internship, after all. Hey, he said, softening his tone. Let's go out. Like a date? Marinette asked, rubbing her wrist over her eyes. It came back wet. Yup, still crying. Thanks, mental breakdown. Yeah, a date, he said, bringing her hand to his lips, fingers still interlocked. She flushed at the touch, despite the last 6 months. We can't go out in public, you know that. Well, there's something to be said for craftiness. Come on. He swooped her into a princess carry before she could protest and bolted up the stairs to the patio. Before she could get a grasp on what he planned to do, Cat jumped off the railing and landed on the cobblestone below. Marinette couldn't even scream in surprise for fear of drawing attention. Cat! She hissed, finding her feet on the ground. It was raining, cold pellets attacking her skin. Tears were still in her eyes, but she wasn't crying anymore. His antics were enough to stop them. I didn't want to disturb your parents, he replied, a catnip-eating grin on his face. This boy. What do you have planned? Well, first, we should use this. He pulled out an umbrella that Marinette hadn't noticed hanging from his tail belt. And then go to the store under the veil of darkness and this umbrella to go get a chocolate-dipped pretzel-making kit. What do you say? Marinette smiled as she grabbed his hand and wiped away a tear. I'd like that very much, she said, giving a light tug to signal a forward walk. It was incredible that she knew everything and nothing about this boy at the same time. It'll be fine, princess, Cat said, filling the silence of their walk. I promise. Yeah. Marinette smiled at his words, keeping a secret in her heart that she hadn't told him yet. She was walking in the rain with the boy she loved, sheltered from the world with an umbrella and the supportive relationship between them, and suddenly, It was too much. The cup was overflowing as she listened to him talk about nothing to distract her from her day. Marinette had no choice but to tell him her secret. I love you. Cat Noir's face froze, not to mask emotion, but from genuine surprise. What? He said after what seemed to be 10,000 hours. I, love you. Oh, cool. Cool. Well, that was less than exhilarating. They resumed walking, this time in silence. Step after step passed by, and the adrenaline of the first spoken I love you left a pit in her stomach. Oh no. She was tearing up again. Hey, Cat began, stopping their stride. Hey, I'm sorry. His voice was soft, and all it did was make her cry harder. No, don't be sorry, she began. I'm the one who... Her sob cut her off, and Cat pulled her close to him. No, listen. I'm sorry I missed my timing. He paused for a moment. When Marinette didn't respond, he continued. I've been wanting to say the same thing for a while now, but I wasn't sure if you were ready to hear it. She tried to laugh, but a sob came out. I don't need a cinematic announcement, Cat. You're the girl I love. I wanted to. Marinette felt the air leave her, even though he had told her basically the same thing a sentence before. Well, good, she said, turning to walk again. Because it'd be pretty dumb of you to fall for someone else after all we've been through. He laughed and joined her pace, adjusting the umbrella. So we're all right? She shot him a smirk with a teasing tone in her voice. We're just fine. He leaned in to kiss her, taking a moment to whisper in her ear. Mare, I know you're going through a lot right now, but everything will be fine. I promise. Her heart glowed because of him, and Marinette knew he was right. Everything would be fine. But until then, they had chocolate-dipped pretzels to make. Thank you so much for listening. If you haven't already, you can find more fanfiction by subscribing and checking out other videos on this channel. Once again, thank you to Jewbugs from Tumblr.com for the artwork. You can find a link to her Tumblr and other social media in the description box. I'll catch you guys next time!